When I woke from my coma, my family exclaimed, "You're awake!" I blinked against the hospital lights, confused. Yes, the doctor said I've been stable for weeks. My husband Jake stumbled backward. My mother grabbed the bed rail. My sister Wilhelmina's face went sheet white. I looked at each of them and saw it clearly. Disappointment. They'd always treated me like the family ATM, but I thought nearly dying would change things. "Sweetheart," Jake said slowly, "maybe you should rest more. The doctor said you might slip back." "Actually, I feel amazing. They said I'm making a miraculous recovery." That's when I saw Jake exchange a look with Wilhelmina, a look that said everything. "Well," Mom said, forcing a smile, "miracles don't last forever. The doctors mentioned possible complications, right?" "No, they said I'm perfectly healthy. Except," I paused, watching them lean in eagerly, "the brain damage. I only have 6 months before complete cognitive failure." The lie slipped out so easily, and their reactions told me everything. Jake's eyes lit up. Wilhelmina actually smiled before catching herself. Mom rubbed my hand, saying, "At least you woke up to say goodbye." That night, I pretended to sleep. Through my unconscious state, I heard them in the hallway. "Her life insurance is $2 million, Jake whispered. "If she's mentally incompetent, I get power of attorney. The house is worth another $800,000, Wilhelmina added, "plus her investment accounts." "We need documentation of her decline," Mom said. "Video evidence." I smiled behind closed eyes. During my coma, I'd been somewhat conscious. I'd heard every conversation about pulling the plug, about the inheritance, about Jake's girlfriend Melissa, who was waiting patiently. Over the next week, I played my part perfectly. I'd forget names, mix up words, called Jake Brian, his brother's name, just to watch him document it eagerly on his phone. When Wilhelmina mentioned needing money for her boyfriend's startup, I slurred, "I wish I could help, but my brain." Jake's eyes gleamed. "Actually, honey, could you sign something? Just medical paperwork." I pretended I couldn't read properly, but it was power of attorney documents, and a will leaving everything to him. "Whatever you need, sweetheart." What they didn't know was that signing under false pretenses made the documents void and fraud. The real game started when Jake quit his job. "Why work when we'll be millionaires in 4 months?" he told Melissa on the phone, not knowing I'd installed recording apps on all our devices during my confused state. Wilhelmina maxed out credit cards buying a Tesla and designer bags. "Payment in full when the inheritance comes," she told creditors. Mom broke her lease and moved into a luxury apartment she couldn't afford. "My daughter's dying. I'll have money soon." During dinner, I decided to escalate. "The doctor said something odd today. My brain scans are improving. He thinks I might fully recover." Jake's wine glass shattered on the floor. "That's impossible. I mean, doctors can be wrong. Don't get your hopes up." "Yeah," Wilhelmina added quickly. "False hope is cruel." What they didn't know, I'd already transferred our assets to a trust they couldn't touch. The house was being sold to my lawyer for $1. The life insurance beneficiary had been changed to a charity. Every day they thought I was at treatment. I was securing evidence with my attorney. Jake started bringing me special smoothies. "For your health," he'd say, watching me drink. They tasted wrong, bitter. I'd pretend to drink, then pour them out. The residue tested positive for mercury. They were literally poisoning me. One night, I heard Jake on the phone with someone. "We need another 50 grand. She'll be gone in 2 months maximum. You understand what happens if you don't pay?" The voice was clearly a loan shark. "The insurance pays out soon. Her brain is deteriorating rapidly. They'd borrowed from criminals against my life." Sunday morning, I called a family meeting. The doctors want to discuss hospice options. They practically celebrated. Jake was already texting Melissa about wedding venues. But when they arrived at the hospital conference room, it wasn't doctors waiting. It was FBI agents, my lawyer, and Jake's girlfriend Melissa, who'd been working with police after Jake tried to poison her too when she threatened to expose him. Full story on the channel below.